Hi there, Aries, and welcome back to Star-Lord Tarot. This is your tarot forecast for the week of November the 22nd through to the 28th. I went ahead, shuffled cards, laid them all out. Let's see what's going on for Aries. First up, we have Major Arcana, the Hierophant in the upright, followed then by the Three of Swords reversed. Next, we have the Queen of Swords in the upright, followed then by the Seven of Swords reversed, and lastly, we have the Two of Wands in the upright. So for your overall energy, Aries, you got the Taurus energy, the Hierophant in the upright position. Well, this speaks to some type of commitment. The Hierophant also governs things such as contracts, and it could be any type of contract. And also the conventional way, doing things in a more traditional or conventional way. So some of you, perhaps, maybe you are tying the knot this week. Others of you could be signing a contract. It could be for anything. It could be for a new business, for work. It could be signing on the dotted line for a term position, especially if you work, for the government, or you work in the school system, or work with religious places, things like churches and things like that. Some of you could be committing to a new, spiritual group or a new religious congregation. Others of you are just, like I said, you're just committing to something. You could be committing to a new job. You could be committing to a new apartment, a new home, anything where there would be a contract signed. Now, coming right at the beginning of the week, we have the Three of Swords in the reverse position, pointing back to the Two of Swords upright, which can be a card, an energy that can represent a dilemma or a stalemate. It could be that there's a situation that you're healing from, Aries. Perhaps there was a separation, there was something going on and put you in the Three of Swords upright. Now you're sort of healing from that situation. It could be that the person in question, if there was a separation between yourself and someone else, it could be that, that person is back. You've, sort of gotten over, whatever caused the upset in the first place and reunited, but then there's still a decision to be made because it points to the Two of Swords upright, which is having to make some kind of decision. Sometimes when we're in the Three of Swords energy and it's connected to another person, it could be like, fear of trusting people again, right? So that's why the decision is there. Even in a situation like sometimes the Three of Swords can represent losses in, say, you've lost a pet or something like that. And it doesn't mean that, you're mistrustful of pets. It's just that you could be reluctant to want to, even though this adorable new pet is a potential for you, you just don't want to take it because it's like, oh, that fear of, the loss of that other pet is still too fresh, too new. Could be a relationship broke up and now there's something else on the table. You see what I mean? Even though you're healing from the situation, you are in a bit of a dilemma, feeling like, I don't want to go back into that energy again. So it can cause us to put the brakes on from time to time. Now, the next card you have is the Queen of Swords in the upright position. It is a court card, could be representing a person. If it's representing a person, this is air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. Well, the Queen of Swords can be somebody who's very outspoken. It can represent someone speaking up and speaking their mind. Can represent clarity coming to a situation. It can also represent, like, if it's not someone external to you, this could be you yourself embodying the energies of the Queen of Swords. Maybe you have something on your mind that you would like to speak up about. Maybe your brain is feeling really, clear right now and you just want to, speak up and say what you have to say. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can represent, say, a person who deals with legal matters. She can be an arbitrator. She can be someone in the military. She can be a surgeon. She could be somebody you're talking to, but like a lawyer or something like that about legal matters. Moving on towards the weekend, we have the Seven of Swords in the reverse position. Seven of Swords can be that sneaky energy when it's in the upright. This is where we're, trying to avoid something, or it could be someone else is trying to make off with, our belongings or things like that. Hopefully it's not that drastic, but when it's in the reverse, this is where the thief gets caught. So also, too, this can represent in the reverse is where we're no longer avoiding something, especially when it comes after the Queen of Swords here. It could be, Aries, some of you went through a situation, you had something happen, and perhaps it was the Three of Swords situation. Now, you're getting things cleared up, you're speaking your mind, and now, because you don't want to avoid dealing with this situation any longer, maybe you guys did avoid it for a period of time, but maybe it's a topic, if this is a spouse or somebody you work with or a family member, what have you, it could be that you need to stop avoiding having the conversation, right? So if, say, you and your spouse have been, fighting, or you split up or something like that, it could be that you have to now speak up and say your piece, because you can't keep avoiding it. Now, the next card you have is the Two of Wands. This is 1 foot in the past, 1 foot in the future. It's in the upright position. Looks like this energy is more focused on the future and where it's going as opposed to where it's been. So this is maybe contemplating at the end of the week. Some of you could be contemplating a move. You could be contemplating moving offices, moving homes. You could be contemplating a new career. You could be contemplating even a trip, maybe some of you, because he is holding the world in his hands. So it can indicate contemplating travel, but it could also be where, I'm thinking of where I'm going to move, or where I'm going to take this relationship or this business or what have you. Where am I going to take it from here? So it leaves off with a bit of contemplation. It seems like something gets cleared up in the beginning of the week, Aries, and then afterwards it's like trying to figure out, okay, now that that's taken care of, where am I going from here? So, interesting reading. Please do leave me a comment if it resonated for you and how. So, that's what I have for you. I hope the reading helped you. If it did, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye for now.